Drivers, to your cars.
Okay, I'm running something.
Drivers, to your cars.
Oh, very cool. No. Earlier's in one. What track is Bonanza at? Ooh. Home of Jeff Burton. Run some asphalt stuff over the last few days, and I really love getting back to dirt and having the 2-lap cautions compared to 5-lap cautions. I'm running big blocks at Lernerville for my 4th and final time of the week. Unless my 2 best rounds or races are tied for points, I might want to run another one. Somehow I am 7th. I thought I was 8th. That's not bad.
Drivers, start your engines.
And the engines fire and the field rolls off the grid. I almost timed that perfectly, but I was pouring my drink as I heard the command, and Broderick goes straight to the pits on the pace lap. That's not good. He's now ahead of the pace car.
New leader, Broderick Whitman.
Yeah, I don't know how that'll score. And we're green. Bad start for Ziggy. And he immediately goes back to 4th. Nate leads down the backstretch with Ben White right in tow, and Molitor Hill also went to the pits. I don't know if it's going to score either one of them that's having started this race. Molitor Hill's moving, so he'll get scored, but he's already going to be a couple laps down. Dave Daniels goes for 2nd. Yeah, I think Broderick's car broke before the start, and it's not going to score many laps. So yeah, that's not good.
He's out.
He didn't even start.
Yeah, but he's done. Like, it sent his car away.
His car is not on the track, and it's not being scored.
Okay.
It's one of those things, if you don't actually get the start, you don't even get a DNF race. You just don't show up on the scoring.
Right. I just didn't know if his car had disappeared or if it had just gone to the pit and sat there.
No, I don't see it sitting in the pits anymore. Which is weird, because he crossed start finish. I'm surprised it didn't at least score him as having started. Ziggy working on Ben White for 3rd.
So guy says, it's crazy I could barrel roll down a hill and have less damage than hitting a wall. I agree, that is crazy.
Yeah.
It's also crazy. I've gone 10th to 3rd in this race so far.
A lot of iRacing's damage model, it's a work in progress. It's getting better each time they tweak it. There are times it's like, why did that do in a vehicle, but that was totally fine.
Yeah, and then people complain like, "Oh, that's too much damage."
Well, they certainly toned the damage down on like the NASCAR stuff. It used to be minor contact and just end your day. And it's also gotten better because I swear it used to be like in the trucks, you could get, you know, hit in the door and end up with substantial engine damage, even though the engine shouldn't have had any damage. And then you could hit somebody just completely obliterate them with the front end and the engine would be fine. It's like, what are we doing? So Nate leads, Dave Daniels second, Ziggy in third, trying to close it up. And Molitor Hill is back out on track, 2 laps down, just ahead of the leaders. So yeah, I'm really kind of pissed. So yesterday when I got to work, I went to take my sunglasses off and discovered that one of the nose pads is just completely gone, and so is the screw.
No.
So, no idea when that fell off. It wasn't sitting on me or in the car anywhere, which means it probably fell off a while ago, somewhere between a week to a few days, and I just hadn't noticed. So I was like, well, you know, I got to work, I'm like, yeah, it's not a big deal. If I can't get that fixed, you know, I bought these on Amazon, I'll just order another pair from Amazon, right? Guess what's not available on Amazon anymore?
Sunglasses.
Yeah, the company that made these doesn't make this style non-polarized anymore, and I can't wear polarized sunglasses. So I then went searching for a while before I found another pair that's similar style, not polarized. They're like 20 bucks. So I ordered those, and hopefully they do the trick. I was started thinking about, oh, what happened to the old pair I used to have? The frames were broken, but they had nose pads on it that were fine. And then I remembered I threw those away when I moved. Because, you know, they were broken. I had no reason to expect that in 6 to 8 months that I'd want to cannibalize it for a screw and new nose pads. But, you know, whatever. Well, Molitor Hill's lost another lap. That's kind of stacked up in front of the field here. Ziggy's gone up to second. I don't know what happened to Molitor Hill. He's got rear end damage, so I'm wondering if something goofy happened on the pace lap with him and Roger. Roger was up in the field, nowhere near him, so. He may have just like gotten rear-ended when the field didn't go with Roger or something. This is such a great racetrack. They need to bring the trucks back here. Like, I fully accept that an Xfinity race at South Boston wouldn't work anymore. They could make the trucks work. I mean, where are they capping truck fields at these days?
36.
Oh, I thought they had dropped it below 36, but I don't remember.
Well, it used to be 32. COVID put it to 40, and now it's back to 36, I think.
Oh, there you go. I thought it had been 36 for a very long time, but... I'm prone to misremembering things. So you're going to be joining us on Tuesday? Ziggy just keeps missing the bottom.
These idiots. You gotta realize, if you're 15 laps down re-entering the racetrack from the pits,
that you should.
you can't,
Make sure
you
there's a
can't,
fucking gap?
no, that you don't exit the pits. It doesn't, I mean, those cones are the exit of the pits. If you drive past the cones and then stop, it's gonna be a caution every time.
Ah, yeah, that's not bright. That's also, as far as I'm aware, protestable.
It's what?
You can protest that. I'm pretty sure
I mean,
there's something in the sporting code about intentionally bringing out yellows. That would be intentionally bringing out a yellow.
yeah. I mean, these races all week have been caution fests. We finally get a 25 lap run, and two guys come out of the pits and stop on the track and turn forward and bring up caution.
This is a good race for Nate. I don't think he's led this much this season.
Nate Moorhead.
Yep.
Oh. Maybe those guys weren't exiting the pits. Maybe they just wrecked up there because they aren't a lap down, but they definitely looked like they were coming out of the pits.
Why not
But
go?
I've seen it happen multiple times this week where guys have been coming out of the pits and done the same thing and brought out a yellow.
And we've
So
got a caution.
that's what I was mad about.
Crash in 3 and 4. Stephen Lowe in the fence. Running the backup car after issues in practice. And let's see what has happened to him. Gets on the inside of, Molitor Hill. They both go into the inside wall. And Stephen Lowe hit roof first into the outside wall with a little bit of assistance. And there was some secondary carnage. That might be day done for that 24 car. Who would have thought that you could get on your door and roof first into the wall at South Boston without Kevin being in the race? Oh yeah, John Cheeseman hit him right in the door and just rolled him.
All right. I have no idea. I mean, guy just got on the brakes in the middle of the straightaway.
I don't think you're supposed to do that. So let's see. Yeah, Ronaldo Scott got turned around. And then Bobby Farrell's going to get clipped by Steve Inkman. And they do finally get it all going there at that point. So the leaders didn't pile into a crash site. But yeah, that's probably going to be day done for that 24 car. Bobby Farrell was still getting bullied off into turn 1. Let's see. So who's going to lose a lap for stupid reasons under this caution? And why is it going to be Doug Spark, who hasn't figured out how to pass the pace car? As Alex Stello stops in the middle of the corner and backs up lead lap cars. In the pits, I don't think we're open yet. Not even sure if the AI are going to pit. It's a 200 lap race at South Boston. I don't know that they need fuel. Well, here comes the top 3 into the pits. And there's nobody behind him because Alex Stello's out there doing stupid stuff. So I'm sure a bunch of cars are about to get caught a lap down. Because the leader's about to catch people on the track as they come into the pits. Bobby Farrell and Alex Stello stayed out for 1 lap and then come in. That's probably going to save them from losing a lap in all this shenanigans. Nate, then Ziggy, then Dave off the pit road, about what we expected. Watch the pit lane camera, watch the pace car come roaring at these guys as they try to get out of the pits. Oh yeah, a bunch of guys just lost a lap because the pace car was, ahead of them, and because guys couldn't figure out how to pit correctly. Because they couldn't figure out how to pace correctly. And something goofy just happened there. What? Oh, somebody else stopped on the track to try to let cars go. Okay. So Steven Spears has ended up tail end of the lead lap. There's a ton of lap cars now. And some of the lead lap cars aren't getting caught up. Ziggy got rear-ended under that caution because the AI get a little stupid on short tracks under yellow. There's only 4 cars in the outside lane. Where the hell is everybody else? They're not caught up in the pace cars coming in. Oh, Lord AI. Never change. And we're green, and there's nobody in the outside lane.
Oh,
And a
oh,
near
or
immediate yellow would work really well for Spears as Jack Painter dives in pits. And the yellow's out. Spears will get his lap back. Dave Daniels in the pits unexpectedly. Let's see if these guys will figure out how to pass the damn pace car. It looks like most of them have figured out how to pass the damn pace car. Adam Beresford's in the pits. I wonder if he had anything to do with this caution. No, the yellow was already out. So why did he end up in the pits? Oh, I see why. He got involved in the tail end of the crash. We had a car upside down in 3 and 4. I love when I do test races and nothing weird happens, and then we get to the actual race and everything weird starts happening. So let's see. Oh, Alex Stella turned Troy Torgerson down the backstretch, and then he just got hit by about the rest of the field, and Glenn killed him. And then he got hit while he's upside down by Beresford and others. What a stupid crash that was. Alright, well, we're back to live action now. Nate still leads. Troy Torgerson, Adam Beresford, Stephen Lowe, and Dwight York are all out of the race. As is James DeCourcy. And let's see, we have, looks like 16 cars on the lead lap. Because the AI don't know how to caution lap.
wow, that's not that many.
Well, we only have 30...
Oh, okay.
We had 34 start the race. We were supposed to have 35. So, a little more than half the field's still on the lead lap. It should be almost the whole field, but like I said, they went stupid under the first caution. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to double them up. Steven Spears running 7th. Mostly because I looked at what extravaganza drivers hadn't hit their max number of races and realized there were a bunch of them that can just run the next 2 weeks and not hit the max number of races. I was like, yeah, fuck it, we'll put them in the field. Or we'll try to put them in the field. They managed to qualify in. Pace cars in. And we're green again from South Boston. Ooh, and we just about put the leader 3 wide down the backstretch. We're still trying. Ronaldo Scott fighting hard. He wants his lap back in case yellow comes out here. At the moment, he would get it. Nate not too much risk yet because Ziggy can't get to the bottom either. We got 29 cars running, 17 now on the lead lap. Somehow Molitor Hill is still in this race, despite being heavily crashed like twice now. And I think by having started the race, that Jared Mogard clinched the championship.
Good, he deserves it.
Yes, there will be no battle at Homestead for the championship. I think he was coming into this race just north of 200 points up, and I hear contact and screeching. I think Glenn's had an issue, and Glenn's going to turn Molitor Hill around in the middle of turn 2. No yellow. Molitor Hill will head to the pit lane. Maybe they're finally going to retire that car. Doesn't look like it. White leads by about a second. Lap car between he and Ziggy. Joe Polson up to third. Ben White fourth. Connor Babel in fifth. Chauncey Redmond Jr. up to sixth. Zach Miller's moved into 10th. Cristiano De Sa has gotten around Ben White. Will help from traffic there. And Ben gets back to his inside. It's a nice scrap back here. Now, Reno Jackson trying to get the spot from De Sa to move himself up to sixth. De Sa gets a good run down the front, block him off. As Ben White gets the inside of Connor Babel into fourth. And he's got it. Ooh, Chauncey Redmond Jr. just put Steven Spears and Alex Stello on the wall. Stello flipping in turn 2.
Got 2 flips already at South Boston.
Yeah, well, that was one of those get pinched into the wall, like nearly head-on kind of flips, where the car climbed the wall. It was actually a vaguely believable that the car might flip.
Like Ontario style.
But it probably shouldn't have flipped like 15 times. Yeah, Chauncey just put him in the fence, and yeah, that was... Like, I believe that a car could get up on the wall like that, but because the car doesn't deform and absorb energy because it's 2003, it flipped like 4 times instead of probably just like the once up and on its side it should have done. Yeah, he just turned in on Spears and sent them both into the fence. That might be the end of the road for Alex Stello, though, because cars usually don't survive flipping like that. But that's gonna probably... Well, nope, Stello's gonna resume. Spears is gonna lose a lap because he pitted to fix the car. A lot of damage. I imagine Stello's lost at least a lap. Well, he was already a lap down, that's right. That did help out Ronaldo's scuff, though. I believe it got him back on the lead lap. Assuming he didn't do a dumb, he did not. He stayed on the track instead of pitting before he caught up, so he has stayed on the lead lap. So we continue to have 15 cars on the lead lap now, because Spears lost a lap for getting wrecked. I don't know what Spears ever did to Chauncey Redmond Jr., but I'm sure he said something about him. Alex, you looking forward to the Grey Cup?
Not really.
Oh, why not?
I haven't watched any CFL this year.
You don't need to. You just watch the Grey Cup.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I do. It's one of like 2 football games in the year I make sure I watch. The Grey Cup and the Super Bowl. Anything else? Yeah.
Hi.
And the Grey Cup tends to have a better halftime show. It tends to be somebody I've absolutely never heard of, but that tends to also be true of the Super Bowl. Who is doing the halftime this year at the Super Bowl?
I believe Rihanna.
Yeah, I've heard of her, but the only thing I know about her is that she got beaten, and the only thing I know about him is that he beat her. Like, apparently they're both musicians, but I'd never heard of them until all that happened.
Physicians?
Musicians.
Oh, who's they?
Chris Brown and Rihanna.
Oh,
I was trying not to say his name. Pace car's in. Because he's a scumbag. Just like Kanye West.
likely.
And we're green. At the 1/3 distance mark. Like, the lap cars aren't helping the leader, but they're also not helping anybody else in the lead lap, so it's kind of a wash on the restarts. Because nobody can get down to the bottom, so the leader's stuck up high, but so is everybody on the lead lap. As they go 3 wide into turn 1. And somehow actually come out of it with all the cars still pointed mostly the right direction. Still 3 wide. Okay, well, Ziggy and Nate... Nope, Ziggy hasn't quite gotten to the bottom, but he almost did. Nate's down to the bottom and ahead of the whole field. Gonna try to make some space here and ride as Ziggy tries to get clear of Phil Parker. Finally does. He'll need to get around Inkman if he wants to go for the lead. Everybody else in the lead lap's kind of mired back behind him. Been a good run so far out of Nate, but based on the way some of these races this season have gone, I expect something really dumb is going to happen in the second half of the race. Like, he'll be the 3rd flip. What race was it that Tony did where we were shocked that there were like 5 flips? I'm trying to remember where it was. Was it... No, it wasn't Dover. Or was it? No, I don't think it was Dover. Was it a Richmond race where he had a bunch of flips? Ooh, Ben White, Christian Desai, and Doug Spark 3 wide, bouncing off each other in turn 2. Oh, Desai and Spark are together, and guess who just flipped? Cristiano Desai on his lid, cautions on. Got pinched into the wall for no real good reason. But he did drive the car away. And we'll head straight to the pit lane, which will probably cost him a lap. Is Cristiano going to lose a lap here or not? Sitting in the pits as they beat on it with some hammers. Tire change is done. There goes the pace car. Yeah, he's losing a lap. Yeah, so they all bounce off of each other there, and Desai and Doug just don't come unhooked. When they get to the corner, Doug just drives under him and turns it. Doug's on the fence and can't go anywhere else. And it looks like they have retired the 18. They decided that they can't fix it. That leaves us with 28 cars running. As we work lap 80. Alex, how's your race going?
Well, I just got a slide job put on me, hit me in the left rear, and I barrel rolled into the fence and couldn't reset. Got a 2X trying to spin the car upside, or flip the car back over because I was stuck on my side, and dropped in the final running order from 7th to 13th.
So, not well then.
I mean, it was going great. I was running 5th, and then everyone checked up like there was going to be a caution, and there never was a caution. And I, of course, went off the track and went back to 15th, got back up to 7th, and then got wrecked again.
That's I always hate that when like something happens that should be a wreck and everybody checks up and yellow doesn't come out, and then so that means the next time something happens, nobody wants to lift because they don't want to lose any advantage.
That's the thing. Whatever it was that they thought was a wreck happened in turn 2. Caution didn't come out, and we come around to the front stretch, and they're all parked. I'm debating whether I should just park sideways on the front stretch as they all come to the checkered right now.
I wouldn't do that. Pace cars in.
Well, I am out of incidents, so.
Green, green, green. Not a good restart for Nate. Ziggy on his bumper, but doesn't have the space to get to the inside because of the 57 being there already. Nate will get clear. And Inkman will clear Ziggy. That looked promising for a minute. Ziggy just can't get clear of any lap cars and is losing ground.
Wasn't a good enough strength of field for me to gain any points anyway. Well, if I had finished where I was running originally, yeah, I would have been. But...
So Ziggy finally gets clear, having lost about a second to Nate. And he's once again got Steve Inkman between he and Luke. Jared working his way up the field, fighting 4th. And he'll take the 4th spot away from Joe Bolson. As Alex Stella seems to be doing that hit every lap thing. At least here it means you never even enter the damn racetrack. Jared seems to have stalled out for now. Ziggy not really getting any progress. Trying to get battle back here. Now we got Reno back here fighting with Ryan Lowe and Zach Miller, Chauncey Odom Jr. all here together. Ryan's really trying to make that high side work. I think it is.
Okay. Now that I've been getting taken out all the time, probably gonna run some more stuff. Because I'm not gonna feel as bad about wrecking the entire field in Aero 88 anymore.
After getting just obliterated by people that can't seem to rub together with brain cells?
Yeah. See if I run the next one. Maybe if enough people sign up or don't sign up, it'll make my decision for me.
JT Armstrong and Ron Stout having a battle. The 11th spot. Nate pulling away, 2 seconds on Ziggy now. Like I said, I cannot wait for this stupid thing that will probably involve a lap pump. It's going to take him clean out of this event. Connor and Polson going at it. This little gaggle here. What Sparks a lap down with everybody else here in this little knot of cars is on the lead lap fighting position. You know, it's really funny because I've brought it up to JD a couple times since it's really going hardcore with the gambling. Reno Jackson's car has a 1-800-BETS-OFF logo on it. Totally forgotten that was on that car. And Ben White has gone right by Ziggy. Let's see, is he going to gain any on the leader? He was even that lap. Gained 100 that lap, so not really gaining much at all. But Nate has caught the back of the field. And he lost about a quarter of a second that lap. So he's getting stuck behind Hill and Glenn, who are having a busted up car race. Just ahead of him is Steven Spears, who Chauncey Redmond Jr. attempted to assassinate earlier in the race. These two are just perfectly side by side. Nate can't find a way around. His gap is coming down. Finally gets around Hill. Gives Glenn the bumper. Still losing ground, but he might... Nope, didn't get around Glenn there. Still having to fight it. They've closed right up on him now. In a second. Now they're going to have to get through this traffic too. That was the wrong button. That was 100% the wrong button. There we go. So they've gotten around Hill. Now they need to get around Glenn, and it'd be nice to use Glenn to box out Inkman. And get to the inside of Inkman. Not quite to the inside of Glenn there. Gonna peek to the inside here though. As Nate's catching Spears. And Ben White clear of all traffic between he and the leader now. Can't say the same for Ziggy just yet. And Ben's gaining again. It's a little bit of a gap ahead of Spears that I think Nate would like to get into. So he gets to the inside of Spears. And Nate will clear Spears off into 3. Inkman gets around Glenn. Ben White gets to the inside of Spears. He's still gaining on Nate. He's cleared him. Okay, clean fight. Gap. 7/10 of a second. Gap coming down ever so slightly. That's number 19 Pontiac going slightly bigger every lap. The lap starts clicking away. Gap stabilizing now. It really feels like Ben Neat's right there, but he's gaining. That car's getting bigger. Have a battle for the lead on our hands. Nate getting a challenge from Ben White. First real challenge he's had in over 100 laps. Then tried a higher line. I don't think it worked. We're going to catch. Is that Molitor Hill that we're going to catch again? Oh, Alex Stella's actually going to do a lap on the racetrack. It's a miracle. No, that's Jared Shadle we're catching. Molitor Hill isn't that place. And Stella pits. Gap sort of stabilized. Nate holding them off. I think what Ben wants to see is us run up and catch a lap car. So lap cars are not a friend of this town. Problem is there's just not a ton of cars directly ahead of the leader. You see that? Everybody else is falling out of the picture, though. Shame 2003 doesn't have the feature that R Factor did where you can disqualify an AI car. Because I would disqualify the 72s if it stopped just circling in the pits. Ben's right there on him, you just can't do anything with it. Ronaldo Scott slow ahead of the leader, heading to the pits. Let's check them up, but they're going to get to the inside of Shadle here. Didn't get around him. Shadle's going to slide back in front of him. Ben White getting a little bit of a run. Right there on the bumper. Both go low. Need to clear this lap car. Ben needs to follow him through. I just heard contact somewhere out there. Just still all going. I think somebody got put in the wall in turn 1. They clear the lap car. Molitor Hill into the pits. Although Scott's still sitting in the pits. It's as close as Ben's been, but couldn't make a move there. He's not going to get too many more opportunities. He's going to need to take one here soon. And we've got a caution on the speedway. Steven Spears seems to be involved. The mellow yellow machine is a little more crinkly than I remember it. Oh no. Spears got clipped by Doug Spark, into Zach Miller, and into the wall they all went. That's not ideal. Once again, the field really can't figure out how to pace. As the pace car catches the back of the field. And what is Nate doing? He has stopped on the track. Ben's gone ahead of him. And they're all heading to the pit lane. And Nate just lost the lead. Interesting. Let's see how that shakes out. I don't know if the race control is going to black flag the 19th for passing under the yellow there. Will be the first of them off the pit road. We'll have to see where scoring picks up on all this. Yeah, Ben White is scored as the leader now. Restart will be with about 50 to go. And we're going to double them up to the restart. It's going to put the 22 at the head of the field as he's stuck tail end of the lap. And it's going to put the 7 for some reason on the outside. Why is it doing that? He's definitely a lap car and should not be between the leader and second place, but that's where he is. Cars in. And we're green again from South Boston. Well, I don't think it's black flagging Ben White, otherwise he would have probably immediately come in on the restart. So I guess because Nate stopped on the track, it let him make that pass. Now he's going to try to drive away. I think Alex Stella finally stopped pitting every lap now that he got a caution late in the pits already. Real gaggle here at the back of the field. 11 cars still on the lead lap. Guys, keep losing spots because, you know, we can't pace correctly around this joint. Jack Miller, last car on the lead lap at 11. Nate's finally got to clear some of the traffic, got himself down to the bottom of the track. Ziggy working on the same, as is Jared, but they're going to have some cars to pass. Are they even gaining? Well, gained a little that lap, but there's a lot of space to make up. Ben's running an unconventional line too. It seems to, well, didn't work on that lap. They gained 4 tenths. I say it seemed to be working because he gained the previous lap, but he lost it all on that one. So I guess it's not, in fact, working. He got most of it back there, though. So he's going to have Jared coming in here pretty soon. So Ben's pulling back out this lead gap. There's just too many lap cars in the way. And there's just not a huge speed advantage for anybody at the moment. Ziggy coming to Nate's bumper. Gets to the inside. He's going to try to put Nate to the worst he's been all day. Back to third. Nate's starting to slide back in the late running here. Will Jared get a spot from him too? Jared's not quite close enough to be an immediate threat. He's right there. Takes a peek to the inside. Jared going for the third spot. And meanwhile, Ben White continues to pull away. Jared's going to take third. Nate fading back at the worst time in the race. We come down to crunch time. He's fading. Jared will slipper a little bit. Will Nate get a run back at him? Not enough to do anything with it. I'll have to work on him here. There he goes to the inside. Battle for third and lives on. Anything ahead of this. Ziggy hasn't even gotten away from these guys. There's 2 seconds left to Ben. And Jared's going to hold him off. John C. Redmond Jr. running 5th after a earlier attempted assassination on Steven Spears. Joe Polson in 6th. He's been in the wars a bit today. Brian Lowe in 7th. Also seen a bit of contact today. P8, Connor Babel. That car actually looks alright. See a scratch on that one. JT Armstrong has moved up to the 9th spot. Another car that looks like it's mostly in one piece. And Reno Jackson running 10th. Also got a good looking car. And here comes Zach Miller, still running 11th. Not able to make any progress so far on this run. And Ben White's going to have a little bit of work here as Ron Stout's trying to get around him. This is cutting into his lead As Jared catches Ziggy, he wants second spot. The leader's stuck on the high side, so what are we going to do for second? We're going to fight each other. Inside 30 to go. They're losing time here, even with the leader stuck on the high side. Jared moves up to the second spot, and Ben White's going to hold off the 22. But there's traffic looming ahead. Gap came down a couple tenths that lap. Ben just keeps going way high. I don't know that that groove is there for him to try it. Gap at 1.3. There is some traffic ahead as we get into the dying laps here. Gap opened back up a little bit. 22 thinking about another move on him though. There he goes. Ben White gonna get hung on the outside by the lap car again. Jared and Ziggy need to capitalize when this is happening. And they need to get around Rod. That 7 car is just gonna be a pick for him. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. Leader getting desperate. And they're now fighting again for second. Heavy traffic coming ahead of us, though. They're bringing Chauncey up into that battle, aren't they? Ben right on Glenn's bumper, trying to find a way around. Gives him a little contact in 3 and 4. Pushes him sideways down the front stretch. He wants Glenn out of the way. Here comes the rest of the field quickly. Gives him another shot, gets him way up out of the groove. Jared needs to get around both of these black cars. He needs to get to the inside of the 7, use the 54 as a pick and pass them both. Not going to do it there. Chauncey Redmond Jr. has caught the back of this battle. He's not going to work on Nate Moorhead. Jared body contact with Glenn to try to get around him. He'll clear him. And now he's going to set his sights on the leader. Chauncey Redmond Jr. trying to pass Nate. Ziggy gets around Rod and now tries to clear Glenn. Chauncey gets around Nate and is now working on Rod. Gap continues to close, half a second. 40 car coming with some steam too here at the end of this race. And there's a
member joined.
constant stream of lap cars ahead. Inside 20 to go. Jared's running him down.
Inside 20 to go. No one cares.
Wondering where you were. We had an F1 race that was on at a reasonable hour. Kyle Larson killed Martin Truex. People are accusing ThorSport of rigging the playoffs. It's great.
Well, I was there for that.
Lance Stroll tried to kill Fernando Alonso. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Can you believe that Alonso scored points? Yeah, they need to take action on Stroll for that one. That's the kind of blocking that gets people hurt. Granted, Hamilton tried to put that same sort of block in the brake zone onto Max. You know, the FIA is going to give a shit about that. But
Right.
Stroll's blocked. Like, the onboard was so damaged. Like, you see him jink the wheel left, and then there's contact. It's like, yeah, he reacted to Alonso, blocked him and caused a crash that could have sent Alonso 10 feet over the guardrail. Ben's got Ron Stout back into the gap. Jared's gonna need to get around this car. Doesn't quite get there. Is he gonna get a run down the back on him? He'll get to the inside of the 22, but now the 73 is in the way. He gets to the inside of 73 as well, but now the 85 is getting lapped. 10 to go. Ben needs to get around this car. There's a little bit of space ahead of Alec. Get up there. Chauncey now having some trouble. He's going to split Ziggy, Jared, and Ben off the front of this group. Nate back to 5th. Going to have Joe Polson for company here shortly. Ben clears the 85. Jared can't even get to him. Ziggy's going to make it a fight for second. Ziggy's going to take second, but I think that may have sealed the race for Ben. Ben's still having trouble with Alec, though. Needs to get around the 72 before Ziggy finds a way around the 85. Ziggy to the inside of the 85. 5 to go. Battle coming on. Ziggy right on the bumper. Ben White for the lead. Alongside him almost down the front stretch, but Ben's going to block him. Ziggy's going to have to get aggressive. He's going to run out of opportunities here real quick. 3 to go at the line. Ben has a look at Stello. He's going to get to the inside. Ziggy, you got to make something happen here. You're watching the race. Get away from you ahead of him. Ben clears Stello. 2 to go. Ziggy now stuck behind Alex Stello. Needs to clear him here, and then he's going to get one chance at him. Ben White coming to the white flag. Has a couple car lengths on Ziggy. Ziggy's going to get one lap to try to make a miracle happen. I don't see it. Too many car lengths. No miracles left in the tank. Ben White's going to win at South Boston. Final running order. Ben White, Ziggy Moonglow, Jared Mogard, Chauncey Redmond Jr., then Joe Polson, Nate Moorhead fades 6th, Brian Lowe, Connor Babel, JT Armstrong, Reno Jackson, and Zach Miller will round out the top 11 and all the cars on the lead lap. All right, let's see what that's done to the point standings. So we got one more race left in the season. So let's see what we're looking at. Oh, Lance Stroll gets a 3 grid spot penalty and 2 penalty points on his license.
Ooh. Oh, there's someone else here. Hello, Zach.
Hello,
Newman.
Casper.
You see Adam might have a dream team in the NRL.
No.
He's got 10 from everyone, and except he still has Dolphins defense and Mike Gesicki. And he still could put up less than 100 even if he gets 10. Well, no, he couldn't. 17 from Dak, 13 from Alvin Kamara, 15 from Barkley, 13 from Mike Evans, 13 from Olave, 10 from Daniel Carlson, 12 from Jerry Jeudy on the bench, and 20 from Geno Smith on the bench.
I'm about the same in the fan club. Got 21-8 from Lawrence, 17-5 from Chubb, 11-3 from Higgins, 13-4 from Olave, 18-2 from Kittle, 15-4 from Kenneth Walker III, 11-2 from the Ravens D, and 3 from Ryan Suckup.
Okay, I stand corrected. Jared Bogard has not won the championship, but he's got 82 points going into Homestead.
I am curb stomping the Sheeheads right now.
See. Ziggy gained 2 spots. Dave Daniels lost 2.
And I still have Jalen Waddle.
Joe Polson up 2. Beresford and Parker lost a spot. Chauncey up 1. Ben White picks up 5.
Yeah, I'm stomping the customers right now, and they still have Chris Boswell.
Scout up 1. Roger Whitman lost 5 spots for not even getting to the start. Painter passes
Your league is the only one I can win in.
Inkman up 2 to 21st. Trey Larkin lost a spot, and Brandon Raines also down a spot. No other really substantial changes to mention, it looks like. So we will see.
Well, despite scoring the third most points in my shop league, I'm going to lose.
Jared's got an 82
That's cool.
point
112 points, and I lost.
Can he maintain it? Will Rod Weston
Also, I'm glad I didn't pick
championship
up
in the
Isaiah
last race?
Pistachio in more than one league because he didn't do